and welcome back to my channel. My name is Zita, and if you're new to this channel, you're welcome. And on this channel I share with you DIYs and also some hairstyles, very cute hairstyles like this one. And I also share with you some of my relaxed hair product and of course my relaxed hair journey. But in today's video I'll be sharing with you some of the questions I have gotten with some of my friends on Instagram and also in my comment section, which is mainly like, what am I doing wrong that is making my hair not to grow? So I'll try to give you some of my points. I mean, I'm not an expert. I also do sometimes make mistakes, but I know some of the mistakes that if you avoid, it might help your hair, be you relaxed or be you natural, to grow. So the first point I'll be saying today is, not every DIYs or every product you see on Instagram are for you. Yes, you got me right. I do share with you my DIYs, but girl, let me tell you something. There are a lot of DIYs on the internet. People are sharing what works for them, or sometimes even if it doesn't work for you, it might be something you have in your area, so you might give it a try. For example, let me say you have favorite YouTubers, and today Monday, one of your favorite posted an egg as a protein treatment, but she didn't really specify it was for protein. So you decided, wow, I'm supposed to wash my hair today, so let me just go ahead and use an egg. Then you use an egg. Then the next week, another favorite of yours used a mayonnaise as a treatment. So you decided to go again the second week and apply mayonnaise on your hair because you had mayonnaise in your fridge. But you didn't think about that mayonnaise as a protein treatment, and it has been two consecutive weeks you have been doing protein treatment. You might end up with a lot of protein overload. So what you have to do is always do your research. Make sure the DIYs you're putting on your hair is supposed to be a protein or a moisture treatment. So you know that if it's not yet your protein treatment time, girl, feel free to support your favorite YouTuber by watching, but you don't necessarily need to do it if you already did. So always know which product you're doing. Is it a protein or is it a moisture, so that you know what you're actually doing on your hair. Because you can't do egg treatment this week, the next week you do a mayonnaise treatment, the next week you see a henna treatment and you also do a henna treatment, and you haven't even done a moisture treatment. You just end up with protein overload, which will lead to a lot of breakage. So the point for this is that mind what you apply on your hair. Not every DIYs are supposed to be done back to back. So the second point I'll be saying is too much tension. You don't need to get very tight braids to prove a point. Your cornrows don't need to be ripping your edges. Your box braids don't need to be so tight to the extent that sometimes you see some people with box braid and you even see like these small rashes at the bottom. That will just help to destroy your edges. So if you can, always tell your braider or your stylist you don't want your braid to be so tight. Avoid that. Sometimes due to postpartum shedding, you might lose your edges. That is natural. Sometimes maybe due to aging, you might lose your edges. Sometimes maybe due to some other hormonal things, you might result in losing your edges or even losing your hair. But something as tight as having tighter braids to lose your edges, you can prevent that by just telling your braider not to braid your hair so tight. The third point I'll be saying is too much manipulation. You can't be styling your hair today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Every day you're in your hair, combing your hair, you're doing this. You will lose a lot of hair. Naturally, they say we shed about 100 strands of hair in a day. But if you comb every day, you might end up losing more and you will lose a lot of hair. So if you can do about 5 box braids in your hair, or you can do like 10, and you know you're having that for the week or you're having it for 2 weeks, if you have those braids, especially just with your own hair, you can always just moisturize them without necessarily unraveling them and redoing them again, which that will help you a lot. So too much manipulation is not that good. Try protective styles that can last you for at least a week, 2, or maximum a month before you take it out and manipulate your hair again. So the next point I'll be saying is too much heat. And as I said before, these points are for relaxed or naturals. Too much heat, you don't need to flat iron your hair today, you flat iron the next day. Assuming, let's say you are a student and every morning you want to look good, or even if you're a worker, You just want to look good every morning, and on your relaxer day you flat ironed your hair and it's looking so cute. Every morning you wake up and you pass the flat iron. Every morning you wake up, you pass a flat iron. No matter the amount of heat protection you're doing, it will result one day to damage. So if you can't, program yourself. Either you're flat ironing your hair once in 3 weeks or once a month, or only on your relaxer day, at least to limit the amount of heat you're applying on your hair. That will be great. Another point I'll be saying is detangling on dry hair. Now, some people, after taking out your protective style, you will just take your comb, and what you'll be doing is you'll just be inside doing, and you can even hear your hair doing shh, 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 like your hair is basically breaking. Girls, please stop that. Like, I'm laughing because my son is laughing. Don't do that. If you can't, try to always, for me personally, I will say, I don't detangle my hair on dry, and I don't detangle my hair on wet. I detangle my hair when it is damp. And before I detangle, I take each section and I try to finger detangle it with my hands. I pass my fingers through it. Then I now use a rectangle comb and I detangle from my bottom upward. And most often, because my hair is damp, I can add in my best moisturizing conditioner, just a little bit. You don't want to be too much, just so that it gives me that slip for my comb to glide through. So stop detangling your hair on very dry hair. Maybe being damp is not your best, so you can try being wet. I mean, you need to always try which one works best for you. But for me, I like to detangle my hair when it's damp. When your hair is dry, you are calling for breakage. So please stop that. The next point is wrong products. Sometimes you are just using the product that does not really work for you. That's why I always say, of course, you never know, which means that before you find what works for you, you need to do a lot of try and errors. But if you already know this product is not working for you, or it's not giving you the sleep you are looking for, there is no need to use the first bottle, use the second bottle, use the third bottle. I sometimes use products that other YouTubers have recommended, and when I use it, I'm like, oh girl, I wish I could say the same thing you just said, because it didn't work for me. There are products that I have used. For example, if I quote an example, it's not the brand's fault, but the Shea Moisture, their Jamaican line, I bought the complete line because of how other YouTubers really love that product, and girl, it did not work for me. Out of that line, the only thing that I can manage today to use is the shampoo. The rest of the product, they didn't work for me like my other products that I love works. So if you are using a product that is not working for you, no need to continue buying it because your favorite person or someone you have seen with very long hair told you she's using the same thing. It just means that it's not working for you. Try something else. Another point I would say is not deep conditioning your hair. You have to deep condition your hair. In this case, you have to figure out, like, are you washing your hair weekly? Are you washing your hair every other 2 weeks, or are you washing your hair once a month? I don't know which regimen works for you, but at least figure out a way to always deep condition your hair. You just want to fit your hair also. They say what we eat comes outside, but sometimes that's why you can't say because you're eating you will not put cream on your body. No, sometimes cream even your hair, deep condition it, just treat it like another baby. As they always laugh at me like I take my hair so seriously. No, I love my hair, so when I'm treating my hair, I always take my time and I treat my hair very good. Every now and then, deep condition your hair. You can do it weekly, you can do it every 2 weeks, depending on what works for you. For me, I have 2 regimens for my hair. If I have my hair out in simple protective styles like a bond that I know once I have that bond I'm using for a week, I'll wash my hair every week and then I will deep condition it. If I have my hair like in a box braid, I can't wash every week, then I'll wash every 2 weeks, and then I'll deep condition my hair in my box braids. So that's my point. Try to always deep condition your hair, and of course figure out in between how often you're doing your moisture and when you're doing your protein. For protein treatment, I do it once in 5 to 6 weeks, and for moisture treatment, if I have my hair out, I'm doing it every week. So the next point I will be saying is not moisturizing your hair. Some people really don't moisturize their hair for some reason. I don't know why. When I say moisturize your hair, it means you don't have to rinse it out. There are a lot of moisturizers, For example, the most common one that I know is the ORS hair moisturizer, and there is the Asayam hair moisturizer, there is Escois, there are a lot of them. There are a lot of them that I can't remember right now. All you have to do is to moisturize your hair and then seal it with an oil. Oil can be any oil of your choice. Some people have the fear of saying that if they moisturize their hair, it will weigh their hair down. You don't need to put a lot of moisturizer, just a little bit on each section, and the next section then you seal it with an oil. Or you can do the other method where you do the oil before you put on the moisture. Just let your hair to be very moisturized. The next point I'll be mentioning is not using a silk or a satin hair scarf or bonnet when going to bed. See guys, if you're going to bed with just your bare hair, I'll advise you either have a satin pillowcase or a silk pillowcase before you go to bed, because once you sleep on a cotton pillowcase, the tension will just be rubbing your hair, and before you know it, you will end up with breakage. There are a lot of cheap bonnets nowadays on AliExpress for very cheap prices. There are good ones also. AliExpress is not the best when it comes to quality, but I know there are a lot of good bonnets, or there are a lot of even satin scarf that are really affordable. So I advise you go to bed with one. There is no need for you going to bed without any of them, and then tomorrow, before you know it, your hair is breaking. The next point I'll also be mentioning is to stimulate your scalp. Okay, you need to stimulate blood flow on your hair. So what you need to do is, you can always oil your scalp, and after you oil your scalp, let's say if you oil your scalp 3 times in a week, just try to massage it, like just massage it and stimulate the area. For example, if you have like problems with your edges, you can always just oil your edges almost every day. Immediately you come out from the shower and oil your body. Put a bit of your hair growth oil on your finger and just massage it on your scalp. If not, each time you oil your hair, massage it. Try to have a regimen where you are forced to just massage your scalp a little bit in order to stimulate a lot of hair growth. And the last but not the least point I'll be mentioning will be to drink a lot of water, eat your veggies, eat well, and of course mind your business, as they always say. No guys, that mind your business part, I was just joking. But on a serious note, drink a lot of water, and if possible, eat a lot of your vegetables, eat a lot of good meals. If you don't want to, for those that really find it hard to eat vegetables, you can always do it in smoothies. If you don't want to eat it as a meal, you can always blend your spinach as smoothies. They are now like powder smoothies, or powders that you can mix them in water with a lot of vegetables and drink. There are a lot of powder fruits that has been made into powder form. You can always do them like fruit shakes or milkshakes or as smoothies and drink them if you don't want to eat them like that. I know there are also tablets in the form of vegetables. They say there are vegetables that has been produced into tablet forms, and there are also tablets in the form of fruits. You can try them if you want, but of course if you don't want, as much as possible, try your best to eat your vegetables. As for water, there is no substitute for water. Just try to drink your water, even if it means that you set your alarm that every after 2 hours it notifies you to go and drink at least 2 to 3 glasses of water. Do that, it will help you. They say your whole health depends on what you put inside. If you eat well, if you drink well, if you're in good health, your hair will also flourish, which is just same as your skin. As people will say, if you drink a lot of water, your skin will glow. Yes, if you drink also a lot of water while your skin is glowing, your hair will also glow. So my beautiful people, those are some of the tips that I have to share with you. If you incorporate that in your regimen, please let me know. If there's any point I have missed out, you can always also tell me in the comment section. Like, as you know, we are all learning, no one is perfect, and we all make mistakes. So if you think there's any point I have skipped, you can also let me know. But those are my points that I have, and some of the things I have been following, and so far it has worked for me, and I still try my best to practice some of them. So that will be the end of this video. If you're happy, give this video a thumbs up, and please share with your friends and family, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you.